let's get started. So first is our public comment. Who do we have public comment? We have Audit LA. Let's start with Audit LA. Public comment,
Hi,
1 minute.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I would like to, I'm sorry, I'm here with the tough conversations. I would like to file a formal complaint to you, Jeff, regarding your own bylaw violations. And this is nothing against Susanna personally, but I do believe that Scientology does not deserve a seat at the table because they are not in good standing. They have currently, the city attorney is filing criminal charges against them for their debacle with the ADA noncompliance of the planters. They also have, Scientology also has a child bride case against them and also civil RICO cases against them. And so with all that going on, until that's adjudicated, Scientology itself does not should not have any seat where money and all this stuff is being decided on. So I would like to file a formal complaint to you, to the bid, and then whoever is your oversight. I don't know who your oversight is. I think it's the Chamber of Commerce, but I would like to do that. Again, it's nothing personal to Susanna herself. It's the organization. I don't believe they should have a seat at a bid until all these cases are adjudicated. Thank you.
We have the next public comment. Is that Henri?
Yes, hi.
Go ahead, 1 minute.
I just want to raise an official notice and complaint regarding the Brown Act violations for this board not having due process of publicly posting cancellations, as well as following through on sharing said agendas online in a timely fashion, indicating as such. Criminal prosecution is available to individuals on the board for violating the Brown Act. I know we have a representative from the LAPD. I do want you to take this complaint officially on a report, and you can email me at info@filmthepoliceusa.com. I do expect that to be taken, and I do expect an incident ID by the end of the week for a Brown Act violation for the past quarter for this board not meeting, as well as not posting meeting notices of cancellation. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Mona.
Good afternoon, board. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I too would like to formally complain about the Church of Scientology being on the bid. We have your policy, your bylaws state that they must own a parcel and they must be in good standing. And between Jane Doe versus Scientology, Jane Doe's versus Scientology harassment and human trafficking, the Haney versus Scientology, which is an SA case, the Baxter Gwain, which is human trafficking, and the city attorney filing all sorts of charges, they are not in good standing. So thank you for the time. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other public comments? Any other questions for Carla?
Yes, I have questions.
Down is also working?
Yes, yes, it's the same one as the Jack Layton Center, so it's ran by Volunteers of America, so.
Got it.
Yeah, so it's open and I think all events are closed right now.
Okay, we have a question from online, from Audit LA. Go ahead.
Yes, hi, Carla. As you know, there's been a lot of community outrage over the sound levels when Scientology uses its woofers and has its sound equipment, but they are not required to have an LAPD permit, which would monitor it because they're, a religious institution. And so, but there's even another religious institution who's begged them to say, please, allow us to we want 1 hour of quiet for their meditation, and Scientology would not do it. So there's so much conflict within just their own neighbors that are at their wits' end. And I know you know that this is true. And what are you doing to mitigate their concerns, especially with the loud levels? And there's so many more things I could go about. Or do they have the proper permits for the removal of the smokestack? Are they they're doing some internal stuff? Like, who is monitoring what's going on? Because Scientology does not feel it needs to comply with laws, rules, anything. And that's been proven over and over and over again. Thank you.
LAPD permits, so that's something that our office doesn't necessarily monitor so much, but we, when it comes to those concerns, we tell folks if there is an excessive noise to call LAPD to follow the proper protocols. But when it comes to like permitting things like that, it's done through LAPD.
Yeah, the noise enforcement specifically, I goes through LAPD. I know resources are stretched, but we do ask folks to generate calls to make sure that when it's filed, the PD can have that to go investigate. And yeah, we will we've had some conversations with neighbors about excessive noise and things like that. And so we always encourage collaboration to make sure that folks are.
Questions for Officer Roland?
I have some.
Yeah, I've got one too. You can go first.
Okay, Audit LA, go ahead.
Thank you, officer. Nice to meet you. I have a question because I talked to your captain. I'm trying to find out because according to the CASP report, which I would love for you to read, the L. Ron Hubbard Way does not look like it's legitimately a no parking street, yet it's enforced as one. The signs placed there look like they were placed fraudulently. And I would like, and he said he's going to check into it. Do you have any word yet? Because if not, that street, there's a lack of parking. There's 3 hospitals, there's a metro. And as much as I know that Scientology would love to have its own compound, they do want a street vacation. They're getting a de facto street vacation of some sort with the endless permits and, with having a no parking. That people need parking. I've had Kaiser nurses come up to me thanking me for what I'm doing to advocate for the community against the abuses. And why is it not opened up to street parking? Can you please look into it? And if you cannot find proof that it's no parking, like legitimate from the city, because no one can prove that so far, then please open it up and stop giving people tickets for or allowing tickets to be given for no parking. Thank you.
I can give a little bit of history on this. Back in the 90s, when John Ferraro was the councilman, he vacated that street and designated it as L. Ron Hubbard Way. And that's how they have that street as L. Ron Hubbard Way and part of Scientology. If you're going to want to change that, they're going to have to go back, revisit that with CD 13 and see what they have to do.
It is not vacated. That is not true. They changed the name only.
All right, Henri?
Yeah.
Okay,
Am I
so-
saying that correctly?
Yeah.
Henri? Okay.
I just have a question
ahead.
for Officer Roland. So I just want to
Go ahead.
see if he has any update on why Captain Heredia unlawfully closed down the CPAB meeting. And I personally spotted him about 20 minutes after the meeting. I hung around the building there at the rec center over at the Hollywood division, and I saw them take down the sign claiming that the CPAB meeting was only open to board members, when in fact they didn't provide a notice as such. And like I said, I saw him, and I just want to see if you have any update from LAPD on why they violated the law on not publicly posting on why the CPAB was closed off.
Hey, Jeff, can I answer that question real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I mean, sir, thank you for your question. We will have that's going to be Hollywood division. You'll have to direct your question to the captain over there. We're LAPD Northeast Division, sir. So we have no knowledge of their CPAB meeting.
So were you talking about the rec center on Fountain in Hollywood, Henri?
Yeah, it's at the Hollywood station.
Yeah, that's we're northeast over here, so that's a different division. So we're northeast and Rampart. So we actually have Hollywood, but they end at Normandy, but the bid is not in the Hollywood division because the bid doesn't go to Normandy. So for this particular meeting, it's only northeast and Rampart. And Officer Roland is with northeast. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. So,
Do you take public input for this? Sorry, Jeff, to interrupt, but is there any public input for these kind of things before you vote or no?
Sure. Do you have something to say about planting trees?
I do. Sorry, it's
Okay.
not all just Scientology. Yes, I know there's like a push to kind of do California native drought resistant. And I just want to know, are you guys kind of trying to do that? And if not, why not? Because I think there should be a push for that. Like there has been systemically in the city to do that. So just wanted to put that out there. Thank you.
Yeah, no, great question. The Australian willow is a drought tolerant plant. This is a tree that we went through extensive research and back and forth with the Department of Urban Forestry, maybe 10 years ago. Was it 10 years ago when we replanted all the trees? And that was the tree that was approved for this street. So all of the things that you're talking about, this is the tree. It hits all the marks, and that is the tree that we have uniformly on Vermont, which is, there are two trees. One of them is a Chinese pistache, and the other one is an Australian willow. And those are the only trees that we plant. And they have to also conform when you plant the tree. It has to be, I forget the term, where it doesn't have multiple trunks. It just has one trunk. So the city is very particular on what kind of tree we put in the tree well. So we have all kinds of specs for these trees. So and we follow them diligently. They're great, and they don't break the sidewalks, as Susanna has said.